UK. Let's go first to a British Gas engineer from Leicestershire, Rob Greenhalgh. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Jeremy.
So 17 years service you've done and you don't feel good about this?
No, that's right. 17 years of loyal service to British Gas, and it's absolutely shocking the way they're treating us at the moment.
So what was the first you heard of it?
Well, just to put you in the picture, back in March of last year when the pandemic struck, engineers like myself and many others continue to work as key workers going into customers' homes, given the loyal service that we've been doing for many years for these customers. We've even entered COVID properties to give the service that we actually offer. Now, back in June of this last year, we were told that, or we were given an S188 notice, which is a fire and rehire, to say that we are going to offer you worse terms and conditions, and if you don't accept, we're going to fire you end of March.
And just to take us through the terms and conditions, it basically means working longer hours for the same money. Is that right?
There's a lot to it. It's not straightforward. It's a big contract. We're basically having our original contract ripped up, and they've offered us this new contract, which does see us a lot of worse conditions. So, yeah, for example, 156 hours a year extra that we're going to have to provide, reduced holidays, sickness, longer working hours in the day, and also the cutting time down in the customers' homes that we can provide for the service for our customers. But there's a number of other things, really. But to point out, for me, really, the main thing is it's this immoral threat of fire and rehire that really needs to be made illegal in this country.
And at the moment, so far as I understand, if they say, look, we've got to get, essentially, we can't sustain the business on the terms we've got, so we're going to go fire and rehire. You can't say, or your union can't say, that's illegal, because it actually is allowed. Is that right?
There's a moral loophole in the law that allows this at the moment to be illegal. To be illegal.
Yeah.
However, there's MPs now fighting this to try and make it illegal in this country, because it is illegal elsewhere in other countries, just not in the UK. And if it's not made illegal, many, many workers will be affected by this. There's companies now sitting by, waiting to see how this unfolds. And if we don't stand up against it, there'll be other companies affecting their workforce, and that's why we're taking a stand.
So you said you worked for British Gas for 17 years. The new contract deadline is March, is it? But you have to decide by then.
Yeah, I mean, I've put 17 years into the company. There's guys that have done 20, 30, 40 years loyal service to British Gas, and literally they have been sort of bullying these engineers and harassing them to sign this contract. And, and if we don't accept by the 31st of March, basically we lose our contract and we get sacked.
Let me just put a couple of things to you that British Gas is saying. So they say the GMB, the union, keeps saying engineers will not be paid for the 3 extra hours we're asking for. This is not true. As part of the deal, an engineer who achieves his customer targets will earn at least 7.5% more than he currently does through a productivity bonus.
Well, as I say, I've been with this company for many years, and I've seen different bonuses and schemes. And this is just another one that engineers can see just won't work. They're trying to sell this bonus scheme to us that we can make money. It just won't work. It's another scheme where new managers come in, and it's another scenario where it's just going to ruin British Gas as a company. And that's why we've taken a stand.
British Gas also say this: for the GMB leadership to encourage people who are paid £40,000 to £50,000 to physically burn their contracts feels tone deaf and offensive to the millions who've lost their jobs in the current downturn. That's British Gas.
Yeah, I mean, we appreciate we're in a pandemic at the minute, and it's a terrible situation. But once this pandemic passes, when hopefully we get through it, it's going to be the loyal workforce that get us through this and get us moving again. And they're attacking this loyal workforce. As I say, this used to be an institution, British Gas, and we're sick and tired of these managers coming in and taking what they want, clearing off, and leaving us with a mess to sort of rebuild the company. And this is why we're at this pivotal moments at the moment where we have to take a stand. We're not taking this strike lightly. I'm not getting paid. I'm losing money by being on strike, and same with thousands of other engineers that are on strike. But we have to make a stand against this immoral behaviour from the management.
Well, I've seen a lot of it on social media, Rob. Are you one of the ones who's burnt his contract?
No, I've not burnt my contract. No, I've received my contract. I've read through it, but I won't be signing yet. That's for sure. I'm not going to be signing anything. They need to remove the threat. And the thing being is, there's going to be engineers leaving. I could potentially leave. By the end of this, British Gas will be a sad shell of its former self if the management team just don't do the right thing, remove the threat, fire and rehire, get it back around the table, and just negotiate a fair contract for us all. And that way you'll get us loyal workers back out on the road, back to what we love doing, because that's all we want to do. We don't want to cause all this. We just want to get out and help our customers.
Thank you, Rob Greenhalgh, British Gas engineer from Leicestershire, who's on strike for the reasons he described.